Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today's problem is the parents of these two genotypes are crossed. Assume simple dominance for each trait and independent assortment. What proportion of the progeny will be expected to phenotypically resemble the first parent? So basically we have two parents. Let me write down the genotypes one more time. So genotype of the parent 1 would be homozygous dominant for the trait for the gene A, homozygous dominant for the gene B, and heterozygous for the gene C. And we have to cross with the parent 2, whose genotype is capital A, small b, and capital C, small c for the third gene. So these three genes stand for three traits. And we have here three allelic pairs. This is going to be one allelic pair of the parent 1. This is going to be the same allelic pair of the parent 2. This is going to be second and third. So basically, because we are told that we have here simple dominance for each trait and independent assortment of each allelic pair, that means that these genes are on the different chromosomes. So in order to find probability that their progeny would resemble parent 1, we have to build three simple Punnett squares for each gene separately. So, for example, parent 1 would be here on the top, parent 2 would be here on the side. For the gene A, parent 1 is homozygous dominant, so genotype is capital A, and parent 2 is heterozygous, so capital A and small a. Now let's build Punnett square, and we can predict what we are going to get here. So capital A here, capital A here, and capital A small a here, and capital A small a here. So let's now compare what we are going to get if we would cross gene B of the parent 1 and parent 2. So parent 1 is homozygous dominant and parent 2 is homozygous recessive. So let's see what we are going to get here. So as you see, 100% of the progeny would be heterozygous for this trait. And the last allelic pair is gene C. So parent 1 on the top, parent 2 here on the side. Parent 1 is heterozygous, so capital C and small c, and parent 2 also heterozygous, capital C and small c. So once again, build a Punnett square, and let's see what is the probability of different genotypes. So capital C here, capital C, small c here, capital C, small c here, and small c here. So now we have everything in order to do our calculations. So we are told that we have to find what proportion of the progeny will be expected phenotypically resemble the first parent. And I want you to pay attention to the word phenotypically. It is different from the word genotypically. So we are not looking for the same genotype. We are looking for the same phenotype. And for example here, 100% of our progeny would have the same phenotype as parent 1, because homozygous dominant and heterozygous would produce the same phenotype as parent 1, when parent 1 would be homozygous dominant. Those 50% of the progeny would be also homozygous dominant and 50% would be heterozygous. Phenotype would be the same as here. As you see, probability would be 4 out of 4 or 1 or 100%. So let's check a second trait. Parent 1 is homozygous dominant. And as you see, once again, 100% of the progeny would have the same phenotype as parent 1. So would be heterozygous for this trait, but phenotype would be the same. So once again, this gives us 4 out of 4. You may put 1, or we can ignore it all, and we can leave this blank, because any number multiplied by 1 would be 1. But for your convenience, I write down these numbers so you can follow my explanation. So as for the third gene, parent 1 is heterozygous, so this is going to be genotype of the parent 1, and as you see, 3/4 would have the same phenotype. Those genotypes that is homozygous dominant and heterozygous would have the same phenotype as parent 1, which is heterozygous. So for the third trait, we can put 3/4. So 3 out of 4 would have the same phenotype as parent 1. So basically we have to multiply all these probabilities, and the answer, as you see, would be 3/4, because 4 divided by 4 would be 1, 4 divided by 4 would be 1, 1 multiplied by 1 would be 1, multiplied by 3/4 would be 3/4. So as you see, the correct answer is answer C. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.